Hi guys, this is the East Coast Economic Update for May the 15th, 2009. I just wanted to hit a couple of links before sundown tonight. Both of them are from National Public Radio. One is from a show on WNYC in New York called The Leonard Lopate Show. They interviewed Robert Reich and what he sees as an economic, what are the possibilities for the economy in the future. The other one is from National Public Media, which is part of NPR, Squeaky Chair. It scares the it scares the New World Order. The sound freaks them out because they can hear only high pitches like dogs. It's a joke. The other one is from Marketplace. I'm going to get it off the same website at wnyc.org. I encourage you to listen to it, especially, of course, listen to the Robert Reich discussion. I think you'll find it interesting from our perspective. The National Public Radio one, approximately 12 minutes into the show, they interview two economists, and it's very interesting. Negative news, negative discussions. And also, I want you to listen to the whole National Public Radio, the Marketplace radio show, because they also talk about people living below their means. And this is the point of my video today, which is this. One of the reasons why the Social Security system was created was because during the Great Depression, one of the biggest problems was for FDR at the time, was that there was no such thing as retirement or retirement age. You worked till you died and then somebody take your place. So what FDR wanted to do to create more jobs for younger people and keep the young people from, say, rebelling and joining the Communist Party and doing what happened in 1917 or 1918 in Russia under Lenin, was to retire those people. The concept of retirement was unheard of before this time. And what is now fascinating is now we're getting a reversal of that. Now we have people who are baby boomers who have lived worse than we have. If you're I'm 41. If you're 45 years or younger, you are not your Generation X. And the X means that there'll be zero. There is no number for us when we retire because there will be no retirement. So now there's this reversion to people working, and a lot of people are. And they also talked about living. They hinted at living simply, but really what it is living below your means. Big surprise. So a lot of things are now cropping up in the mainstream media. Yes. Public radio is the mainstream media. There's only two places where you can actually get fair and balanced reporting. One is communist and one is here. The one that's here is us and YouTube. The other one, unfortunately, is Pacifica Radio, Democracy Now!, which are openly socialists. But they do, if you ever log on to Democracy Now!, if you put your communist filter on, your socialism filter on, the information that they give you is very accurate and very good. And I would encourage you to do that. I will also put in the hyperlink democracynow.org, but in no way does it refer to me as a communist, please. But at this time in this era where we need to get information wherever we can, sometimes we have to go to extreme sources to get true information. So those are the things I wanted to suggest. But the point here is, kids, is we have all these new graduates, young people, and they don't know what they're going to do with them. And we have the first time since probably the Great Depression, and probably even worse than the Great Depression, is the total collapse of the white-collar worker. The blue-collar worker went, belly up back from 1980 probably, and it was okay because the technological age would solve all your problems. And we had the tech bubble, we had the housing bubble, now we have the credit bubble. Yes, it's a credit bubble. Watch the bonds. And now you have highly educated I wouldn't even call them middle class because there is no class anymore, because middle class would infer that there was savings. But you have white-collar workers, people who have never worked with their hands, especially the youths that are here nowadays, who, if you handed them a shovel, they'd ask where the switch is. So we have a lot of problems here, guys, and it's starting to crop up in the mainstream media. I want you to listen to that. I also want you to, pay attention to the most important thing here. When the mainstream media starts to hint, and National Public Radio has been blowing sunshine up everybody's ass for like 5 years now. I had emailed National Public Radio on a number of occasions that they were too bright and sunny and they sounded too much like CNBC. I got no response. Big surprise. But just understand, when mainstream media is starting to go hedging their bets by saying, well, the economy is not as good and there could be a suckers rally going on, you know that there's worse stuff coming down the toilet. And unfortunately, we're in the swirl of the vortex. So listen to those podcasts. The National Public Radio one for Marketplace just came on today. You may have to wait till tomorrow, but I'll put the hyperlink to Marketplace and just watch the May 15th episode. They run 5 times a week. I listen to that. I listen to you don't have to do what I'm doing, but just as a side note, on my radio, I switch back and forth between the extreme right and extreme left. I listen to NPR, and then I switch to Savage, Michael Savage, and Lou Dobbs, and all those guys. And I switch them back and forth, and somewhere between the two is between the nuggets that you get out of these two, you get some resemblance of the truth. And of course, there's YouTube. So just want to leave you with that. Have a lovely, restful Shabbat for all of you guys, and peace.